Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I just thought I'd check in with you. I'm on my way to the office. I've done things a little bit differently today, so I stayed at home for the morning trading session, and I'm heading into the office for the afternoon. But I thought I'd just check in and talk to you a little bit about my trading this morning, because it seems like every time I put out a vlog out there, I've had a great morning or a great day, and it was a fantastic January. But this morning wasn't so great. It was just one of those mornings where every time you got into a trade, it went in the opposite direction. Then trades that did go with you had to hold it, and you were underwater for a good period of time. So I just really wanted to show you that it's not always plain sailing. Trading is it is tough at times, and that's where that's where people get things very, very wrong. They start, when things are tough, they chuck the system in the bin, they look for something else, always in search of that system that doesn't give you losses. But that's really not possible. Every trading system, every trading strategy or approach that you use, you're going to find that you take losses every now and then, and it's just a part of the game. But you need to be able to trade your way through them and know that ultimately, you're going to come out the other side and you're going to be profitable, assuming obviously you have a trading system with an edge, which obviously we do. But so this morning's trading really wasn't great. Everything that I got into, I started by looking, the market gapped up and then pulled back a little bit and gave us an opportunity to go long. So I took that, and then started to break down. I closed that down. It looked like it was going to go short, so I went short. Then the market did go with me initially. It pulled back a little bit, so I added a little bit to it, and then that went against me, so I got taken out of both of those, and basically began the morning really quite in the hole a little bit. And then I just took a trade just now before I came to the station, got on the train, and which made a little bit. But ultimately this morning I'm down for the morning. It's nothing catastrophic, so I never take trades that are going to absolutely wipe out my account. It is a little bit frustrating. It always is. People say you have to learn to trade without emotion and trade like a robot, but we're human beings. With the best will in the world, you're going to feel something somewhere, even if it's a little bit. And this morning's a little bit frustrating. The trades that I got into, they were fine. There was nothing wrong with them. I'd take them again tomorrow, but the market just wasn't playing ball this morning. And sometimes you do get that. But the point is that you can't be distracted, and you can't, sort of walk away from a morning like this and think, well, I'm not going to trade tomorrow morning because the markets just aren't right. The markets aren't right today. It doesn't mean that the rest of the week the markets won't be okay. All right. So anyway, I just thought I'd check in, talk to you about my morning's trading, and I'll catch you a little bit later on in the day. So after a little bit of a tough morning's trading, I managed to claw back some of the losses this afternoon. The markets were a lot kinder this afternoon. Not quite back at break even or above water. I'm going to close up the day now because it's kind of getting a little bit late. So I'm going to finish the day, and I'm finishing the day at a 0.25% loss, which isn't by any means catastrophic. Obviously, it could have been a lot worse if we closed it where it was earlier on this morning. Not obviously, again, it's not catastrophic loss. I won't allow myself to get to that point. But the day could have been more negative than it was, let's say. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you all about, just in terms of today and today's trading, is something where a lot of traders go wrong. And that's basically when they are day trading. This is more day trading specific. When they get into a morning like they did today, and I was very, very near my daily stop loss this morning, is what they basically do is that they trade emotionally. Okay, so they won't trade according to their plan. They'll start to take bigger position sizes. They'll start to hold trades longer than they ordinarily would, in order to try and get back their losses, that they took earlier on in the morning, rather than trading strategically and trading with a systematic approach to the markets. Now, one thing that I recommend that all day traders have is a daily stop loss limit. And I mentioned that just now. I was going towards my daily stop loss limit this morning, and if I had have hit it, I wouldn't have traded this afternoon. That would have been it. That would have been a wrap for the day, and I would have come back tomorrow. And the main reason for putting something like this in is that you don't let, a bad day, no one likes a negative day, you don't let a bad day get out of control and wipe out all of the gains that you would have made over, the previous few days, or maybe even the previous few weeks or few months, which is what a lot of new traders do when they're day trading. They can string together consistent, 2-3 days worth of wins, But then what they do is they then go and destroy all of that with one bad day's worth of losses. And it's not just a normal day's worth of losses, because everybody has that. Everybody has a day where they're negative on the day. There's nothing that you can do about that, all right? But what new traders do and what rookie traders do is, or struggling traders, they basically allow a bad day, a negative day, to turn into a catastrophic day. So rather than having a daily stop loss, as we just spoke about there, you know, they won't have any daily stop loss, and they'll trade emotionally. They'll trade everything that moves. And what happens is, rather than losing, you know, let's say 2% on the day, which you can come back from, you know, come back tomorrow, you can make that back. That's fine, not a problem. But what they do instead is that they may take a 5% loss, a 10% loss, sometimes even more than that, because they're taking huge position sizes, trying to get back the losses that they suffered earlier on in the day. And what they do is they just compound that, and by the end of the day they see that their account is drawn down, you know, 5, 10, sometimes even 20 and more %. And then suddenly it's not as easy to get over it. You know, suddenly you're in a position where, you know, 1 or 2 days worth of decent trading, you know, that won't get you out of the hole that you've dug yourself. Suddenly you're in a position where it's going to take you weeks, if not months, to claw all of that back. And that's where new traders go wrong, is that they don't protect their downside. Everybody's going to have negative days. There's absolutely nothing that we can do to stop those negative days, all right? But what you can do is that you can ensure that days where you lose some money, you don't take a disastrous, you know, loss on your account. You know, you don't draw it down 5, 10, 20%, because when you do that, then you're kind of in a position where it's going to be very difficult to come back, not only from a monetary perspective, but also psychologically as well. All right, so I hope that's a lesson to all of you struggling day traders out there, all of you new traders. Basically, when you have a day which is negative, like today, nothing we can do about that. Fortunately, this afternoon, you know, I was able to come back and pull back some of those losses. Had I hit my daily stop loss, I wouldn't have been able to trade this afternoon. That's just one of my rules. I would have walked away and come back tomorrow and tried to do it. It just so happens I was able to claw some of it back today, but I didn't do it by taking, you know, ridiculously large trade sizes. I didn't do it by trying to hold the market and get it to make all of my losses back in one trade. I did it in a systematic approach, okay? In a strategic approach to the market, trading my system, trading my plan, and I was able to come back. And as I said, it's not a positive day. You know, I still finished down, but it's not as far down as it could have been, all right? So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care now, and good trading.